Who's going to win the league? And will Manchester City and Liverpool battle once again for the league title? To find out some of the answers, hopefully, to these questions, I am joined right now here in the studio with Football Pundit and Regista Chief Editor, Aun Rahman. Good morning, Mas Aun. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, Paul.
Well, I need you here because you know a lot more about football than I do. So let's talk a little bit about the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's past its third game week now. So many surprises at the front of the season. So how is this all playing out in your eyes, the way the season has started off?
Yeah, what I see is everything is too soon to tell, Paul.
Okay.
There's many surprises. This is too early. You know, there is just 3 game week.
Correct.
We could see there's many teams doing good, many teams not good, doing not really good. But I always believe that the bigger teams, the complex their problems. So sometimes they need to more adjustment to their time and to kickstart their machine. So what we see right now is like more preparation time for many teams.
Okay, so obviously there's still way too early to talk about the league title. So let's just talk about the beginning of the season so far. Some smaller teams, I guess you could say, caused some frustration to the Big Six. Liverpool dropped points in the opening game against Fulham. Brentford humiliated United 4-0. We remember that one 2 weeks into the season. Newcastle forced Man City to a 3-3 draw, and Leeds trashed Chelsea 3-0 just last weekend. Again, is this just because the beginning of the season, teams are just trying to figure things out on the field? When it comes to the big teams, should their fans be worried, any of them right now?
No, not right now. I think not all fans need to worry about their team, especially Liverpool and Manchester United, because this is the first time. The first time there is many adjustment. Like I said, sometimes because the bigger team, the bigger complex situation, so they need more time after the preseason to kickstart their machine. And what I see is competition always is a marathon, not a sprint. So there is many consistency is really needed. But we can see there is some teams it's really good, like Brighton. They had good coach. Graham Potter is excellent coach. Leeds United, they're really excellent coach also. Jesse Mars. I see there's 3 teams that will making surprise this season. Brighton, Leeds, and Newcastle United.
Okay, any of them can be the next Leicester City, you think, and surprise everyone?
I don't think so. I can predict after that, but what I see is Brighton and Leeds can cause havoc in the league right now.
Okay, do you think that any of the big acquisitions that happened over the summer transfer window have anything to do with the inconsistencies from some of the big teams?
Yeah, because the new transfer players need time to adjust, need time to coherent with another player.
Right.
So I think, especially big teams, there is more scheme, there is more technical aspects. So I think the problem with the big teams, they need more time to do so.
Who do you think is having a more difficult time adjusting? Like we see Sadio Mane left Liverpool. He went to Bayern. Immediately, things seem to click right away. How about coming the other way? In the EPL, who right now is still trying to find their way as they move to a new team this past summer?
I think even Erling Haaland already scored 2 goals.
Okay.
He needs time to adjust with the physical play in Premier League. Darwin Núñez also.
Okay.
He needs time to adjust what happens in Portugal League into the Premier League. There is many different things, many different levels. That's why I see the 2 top strikers in Premier League right now need time to adjust.
Do you think, I mean, you know what they say, the EPL is the toughest league in the world, so no matter how good you are from where you are, it does take time to adjust.
But I believe Haaland and Darwin will score goal at least 20.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like they're settling down quite nicely, just needs a little bit more time. Let's talk about that big match between Manchester United and Liverpool. The first 2 league games from United side, shaky, as we know. They won against, I would say, their biggest rivals. So what do you think happened with the third game of the season for Manchester United? What caused that turnaround, especially when they were facing such tough competition in Liverpool?
Yeah, what I see is the something back is the attitude.
Okay.
The attitude is back. That's what I see did something lost in I think 2 or 3 years. What lost from United. Eric Ten Hag said also that what come back from United is their attitude to winning the game, their attitude to wanting more.
Okay.
That's what they show at the game against Liverpool.
You think it's because of Ten Hag?
Ten Hag and any players not coming, so yeah.
Okay. All right. So looking the other way, Liverpool's having some
Yeah.
sort of problems. This is not the Liverpool that we expected to see.
Yeah.
I mentioned the departure of Sadio Mane, but that can't be the only reason. I mean, they still have a great front line.
Yeah.
So they're having problems in the midfield. They're having some slow starts to their games. But what is the main factor of Liverpool's problems right now?
The injury is the main problem from Liverpool. There is too much significant player. Joel Matip, Thiago Alcantara, Darwin also cannot play. I think the injury will be their problem. And I also believe that until the players is come back, until the player going back to the team, Liverpool will be back to their top level.
Okay, so it's just, again, a team cannot be judged on their potential until we see them fully healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so let's talk about, now this is one of my favorite teams, Arsenal and the Spurs, both two teams from North London.
Yeah.
They seem very well prepared this
Yeah.
season. In fact, Arsenal is now the only team that is undefeated
Yeah.
in 3 games. They top the tables. So far, they've been very productive to start the season. So do you think they can maintain this level of consistency till the end of the season? We have dreamed of another undefeated season from Arsenal. I don't know. I know that's a little bit too far to tell right now, but what do you think about both the Spurs and
Okay,
Arsenal?
we talk about Arsenal first.
Okay.
We should see on January, Paul. What happened in January to Arsenal? There is injury, there is a consistency
Often.
thing.
We often see that.
January will be the biggest test for Arsenal. The biggest test for their consistency. I always think that Arsenal doing well on first half of the season.
It happens a
then
lot.
going drop in the second half. So
Okay.
I think what we see right now, Arsenal on the top of the table is kind of what we usually see every season. So
Okay.
I think that we should see what happened to Arsenal in January.
Right, because I know I have friends that are very hardcore Gunners fans, and usually that's the frustration. It usually comes around the
Yeah.
mid-season. So what about Tottenham then?
Oh, but Tottenham, I really intrigued with their set play, their how they play. I think I always believe that Conte always have a thing with Conte need. I always have impression that Conte will doing good if the player he wants is by the club. Acquired by
So
the club.
if the club agrees with the players that he wants to acquire.
So the player right now who coming is every player that Conte want. Kulusevski and many things. So I think Tottenham will be the underdog for in the Big Four.
Okay, so basically, if Conte gets what he wants, then Tottenham gets what they want, right? Who do you think is a better team coming out of North London than this year? So
This
far?
year?
Yeah.
So far, Arsenal doing better,
Yes.
of course, than Tottenham. But in the end, in the long run, I believe Tottenham will be.
We'll be able to maintain
Yeah,
that a little bit longer. All right, so we saw the battle between City and Liverpool. That's always exciting for the league title. You think it's going to come down to those two again for the league title at the end? I know it's still quite a distance away.
Yeah, again, like I said in the start that too soon to tell. Also, I have believed that there is only 2 teams in Premier League who is a super team. There is Manchester City and Liverpool. What happened to Liverpool is a blip. What happened to City also a blip.
Right.
So I think the title race will be that 2 again.
Okay. So let's talk a bit about this summer transfer window that passed. Basically, we saw Chelsea, we saw as well as Liverpool and Manchester United. There's still, do any of them, or I should say, which one of them still needs to add more acquisitions, do you think, in order for them to bolster their team to where they want it?
Yeah, Liverpool still need players because many players injured.
For injury.
For injuries. Chelsea also need players because I think their front line is kinda not really in good quality.
Okay.
Manchester United, of course, we see Casemiro, but we also see on the game against Liverpool that Manchester United still need another midfielder, another right back. Arsenal, Manchester United, and Liverpool. I think they still need another player.
There's still a lot of holes to be filled.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, what do you think of Casemiro's statement in regards to him looking forward to playing with Ronaldo again because of all the years they had in Real Madrid? Would that kind of sway? We still don't know where Ronaldo's mind is right now. I mean, he is still currently with Manchester United, but we don't know whether in his mind he still wants to move. And will Casemiro arriving from Madrid change any of that?
Yeah, I think the Casemiro coming to Manchester United will change the heart of Ronaldo, so their mind. The problem is Ronaldo think that the team is not adequate more to doing more. So the Casemiro is coming. It will add more the quality for the team.
So from that standpoint, the team will get better just from the arrival of Casemiro, despite their friendship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully that will help because Manchester United fans are already happy that he made that statement. Because, anything they can do to get Ronaldo.
For the standpoint of the fans, Casemiro will bring more qualities that McTominay and Fred not bring before. So he's quality player, star player with decorated titles. So I think the Casemiro coming will change whatever happened in Ronaldo head.
And I think also what you said, when somebody arrives with a winning mentality with an 18 trophy in his CV, I think it brings that mindset that you're talking about, like a different attitude to the field.
That's what happened. That's what happened in the game against Liverpool.
Right.
What we see is Eriksen, also Lisandro Martinez, bring attitude, bring a winning mentality to the team. That's what I think Erik Ten Hag wants in Casemiro.
Okay, well, let's look forward to better games from United as well. So, if I was to ask you, fully healthy, where would you rank the top four by the end of the season?
Top four. Manchester City,
Okay.
Liverpool, Tottenham, and Manchester United maybe.
Ooh, okay, you got Manchester United in your top four. I have it switched slightly. I have mine at Manchester City and Liverpool. That's where I agreed on the top two. I would say Chelsea and Tottenham as my four.
Why Chelsea?
I don't know. I just dropped, and I don't know why. I really want to go with Arsenal, but again, time and time again, they've shown me they haven't been able to prove it the second half of the season. So I dropped them out of the top four.
Good.
Anyway, Aun, thank you so much
thank you, Paul. Thank you for having me.
It's always great to catch up with you, and I look forward to maybe catching up with you in a few more game weeks
Yep.
so we can review what we've been talking about.